best in the time that I have. But I was just thinking about, the week that I've had. I've spoken to different community groups on wage theft. I've spoken to different groups on human trafficking, and in a few days I'll be speaking to Ukrainian refugees. And a lot of individuals say, well, what do those have to do with the work that the Human Rights Commission does? But all of those situations fall within civil rights violations and the mandate of our office. So, what Jennifer and Audrey talked about a lot is these things are everywhere. You just have to look and see where they occur, and they occur in Westchester County as well. And I'll talk a little bit about that. For those who are not aware about the Human Rights Commission, it was created in 1999. It was pioneering at the time that it was created. There was a lot of controversy because it was the first law in New York State to provide protections for sexual orientation discrimination. Those didn't come under state law for several years, and they've only come under federal law in the last 2 years with the Bostock decision in the Supreme Court. For this group, I think it may be helpful to know that Westchester County was the first to provide protections for employment discrimination and housing discrimination for survivors of domestic violence victims, stalking, and sexual abuse as well. And last year, we continued the pioneer work with providing discriminatory harassment protections for victims of hate crimes, street harassment, neighbor-on-neighbor harassment. And I don't know if I'm contractually obligated to say this part, but I say this part every time. We are very fortunate to have a county executive that is so supportive of the Human Rights Commission and the Board of Legislators. Many of you may not know that the county executive in 1999 was chair of the Board of Legislators, and he, along with Andrea Stewart Cousins, who was then a legislator, and the late Lois Bronze, were strong champions of the Human Rights Commission law being passed in 1999 and continues to be strengthened throughout the years. So let me just take a look at my second slide. 2 points I just want to make on what Andrea and Jennifer said. I would love it if the Safe Time Leave law in Westchester said it was 40 days of paid leave for victims of domestic violence. 40 hours. So 1 week basically of paid leave for circumstances that would be involving human trafficking or domestic violence. And I felt a little jealous when Jennifer said she brought her parents. So I brought my parents too, and my parents come to the weekly programs at the India Center, so I'm glad they're here as well. So I just want to say, on this screen, you'll see the 4 main areas that the Human Rights Commission prohibits discrimination on. Employment, I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. Housing is an area where you can also see human trafficking issues. During the eviction moratorium, landlords told us, or told people anecdotally, listen, I can't evict you because of the eviction moratorium, but if you don't leave by tomorrow, I'm going to call ICE. Now that would be a violation.